What's going on, y'all? This is the second video in the process of getting an MC authority and starting a box truck business. The first video got a lot of good reviews on it. A lot of people definitely interested and concerned. And if you've done your research and you found out that this is something that you want to get into, then this is the second step of the process that's going to help you get that started. All right, so the first step in the process is applying for your EIN number. What I'm gonna do for y'all is I'm gonna drop the links to these places to register for the paperwork. I'm gonna drop those in the bio to make it a little bit easier for y'all, and it'll, like I said, take you right there. You can just apply from there. But the first step is your EIN number. For those of you who don't know what an EIN number is, it's pretty much like the social security to your business. All right, so you would need that to file taxes. You would need that to open up your bank account. You would need that to also register your business. That is like a 3 to 5 minute process. Very quick, very easy, very simple. You go there, you just fill out what your business name is, once you finish it, soon after that, as soon as you're done, they're gonna give you that EIN number. I think it's maybe like an 8-9 digit number, something like that. All right, so you would take that and you will go and register your business with that number. All right, so now that you have the EIN number, now the second step is, for this you got to go on Google, look up your state website. I live in Virginia, so it's like sec.state.gov, something like that. Maybe a little bit simpler if you just go to Google and type in apply for articles of organization in whatever state you live in, and it would take you directly to that to the site that you need. Like I said, make sure you have that EIN number on hand, somewhere next to you, because you're going to need that when applying for your business. The articles of organization, as I say, is pretty much just registering your business. On there, you're going to come across whether you want to be an LLC, whether you want to be INC, whether you want to be sole proprietorship, C Corp. Pretty much all those are just stating how do you want to be taxed. All right. Everyone's situation is different. You may start off with workers. You may just start off by yourself. You may start off with a partner. I'm not going to go into detail what each one mean. Honestly, I don't know off the top of my head, but I would suggest that you just Google each one, read it carefully, and like I say, it would tell you how you would be taxed based off of whether you're LLC, C Corp, sole proprietorship, INC, etc. Also, the price for that, as again, it may vary depending on where you live. As I say, I live in Virginia. For me, it was $110. Once you finish that, once you apply for it, you finish the registration, soon after they would email you a PDF file of your business registration. You could take that along with the EIN number, and you can go open up your business bank account. Also, within 7 days, I believe 7 to 10 days, they will mail you the full hard copy. If you have the PDF file, I suggest that you just keep them both kind of on hand. So now that you did the EIN number, you register your business, the next step is applying for your MC and DOT number. All right, so for that, I'm gonna touch on it very, very little bit because it's like a 45-minute process, okay? And what I did was I went to YouTube and I just YouTube apply for MC and DOT number. And this guy, he literally walk you from the first question to the last question. He explains it in detail so that you can understand. He does a way better job than I would do. So I'm gonna save myself the time, and I'm gonna just drop that link in the bio. Y'all go check that out. I don't think I know his YouTube off top of my head, but shout out to him. He did a pretty much good job covering that. I will say on there, he will cover it also, is when applying for your MC and DOT number, you can choose to go interstate, which is delivering freight across state lines, or you could do intrastate, which is just staying local within your state, not going outside of state lines. You will make a lot more money interstate rather than staying intrastate. You know, I don't know what some of you guys may have lined up. Some of you guys may have local state contracts lined up. We just stay in state. Some of you may want to go over the road and, you know, maximize, you know, your dollar. Also, just think about it as well as it doesn't hurt to apply for interstate because you're not limited to just staying within your state lines. You may just want to explore different opportunity, you know, going over state lines. Let's say, but I'm gonna drop the link in the bio. Y'all go check that out. He does a way better job explaining from step 1 to step 2. The total price of that is $300. Okay. I will mention, I know there's a couple other videos out there on YouTube that explain this process. When it comes to registering for your DOT and MC number, there's different categories you could choose as far as what you want to haul as your business. Okay, you have general freight, you have transporting cars, you can get into the moving industry. All of these are separate from each other. Okay, you can't just like, all right, apply for MC and DOT and then you could just haul whatever you want. All right, when you apply on the application, there's certain, I guess, options you have to choose, okay? And each one is $300 each. Okay, so if you wanna, let's say if you wanna have a moving business, you know, you wanna move people, furniture, stuff like that, that will be $300. And if you also wanna be able to carry freight, that will also be $300. So that's $600 that you'll have to pay. So just keep that in mind. For the third time, I'm gonna drop the link in the bio. Y'all go check that out. All right, so once you apply for your MC and DOT number, you won't be able to work right away. All right, it takes about 21 days for your authority to go active, pretty much, and that's business days. So what that pretty much means is that you won't be able to start working or hauling freight or whatever you want to do with your truck until that is active. What I did was I had called the FMCSA. They have a telephone number. I called them and I just asked what day do my MC authority goes active. They told me online, so that way I was prepared, you know, to have my insurance lined up and, you know, when I can first be able to start, you know, pretty much expecting to work. So in order for your MC to go active, all right, you need to have the proper commercial insurance, okay? What you don't want to do is, because your MC takes 21 days to go active, you don't want to get insurance as soon as you get your DOT and MC number. As soon as you apply, you don't want to get insurance because you're pretty much waiting a whole month, or you're paying a whole month of insurance before it goes active and you can't even work. So the best thing to do is to apply for your insurance a week before it goes active. Insurance is going to vary state to state, city to city. You know, what I may be paying for insurance, it may be cheaper in your state, it may be more expensive. I went to a broker, so I didn't call you know, Progressive directly or these insurance companies directly. I went to a broker and they pretty much got the lowest quote for me, which was ended up being Progressive, and that was $1,300 a month, which I don't think is too bad. You know, so I say just call around and you want to, you know, find the cheapest quote that you can find. So call a broker. I would call a broker before I call Progressive, because they're going to give you the cheapest quote around. 3 other documents you would need before your authority goes active will be your UCR, which is your Unified Carrier Registration. That is $60, like $62, somewhere around there. If you participate in interstate commerce, then you would need to, you know, renew that registration every year. Secondly, you would need a BOC3. BOC3, that is your blanket of coverage. That's like $40, I believe. I would drop the links for the UCR and the BOC3 in the bio as well. The BOC3 pretty much gives you legal representation in every state. So let's say if your business is registered in Virginia, or you're in Virginia and you have legal issue in Georgia or Atlanta, you can't make it, or you need to accept papers from courts or any documents, the BOC3 pretty much just represents you on your behalf. As I said, those two are $60 or $40. Companies will try to charge you way more than what you can just apply for yourself. Okay. The last thing you will need is a physical. All right. You need a DOT physical. Okay. You don't need a regular physical. I thought that I could just go to my doctor and say, hey, I need a physical, but no, you need a DOT physical. And they pretty much just check to see if you're able to operate in physical shape to operate a truck, your range of motion, stuff like that. Mine was $120. You can get that same day. You can get it, you can set an appointment with like your local mini clinic or something like that. But just call around and ask them if they do DOT physicals, and you'll need those three before you can operate. All right, so I've covered all the paperwork that you need to get started. Your EIN, your LLC, Articles of Organization, your MC and DOT number, your UCR, your BOC3, and you need a physical. Please leave a DM, leave some comments. I'll go back and based off of your questions, may just do, like I said, a Q&A and drop the next video.